Hello, good morning. And it is a good morning for sure. Good morning. I'm grateful that you're with me this morning. I am up and it's very slow. It's a very slow morning. But I like to take my time in the morning and get myself into a space to be able to talk to you, as you know that. Today's topic is about gossiping. Ooh. Gossiping. Oh my God. Oh my God. Gossiping is one of those things that we do so much and we learn to do at such a young age and we carry it out through our lives. I am so guilty of gossiping and being a dancer. I don't know, in the profession somehow. Nay, just in life in general. It's just one of those things that you realize when you start to grow within yourself and you start to become more authentic and true as you start this journey. So I started this journey a long time ago to discover myself and to learn more and more about myself. I think I don't know, it was many years ago, I don't know how many, could be, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. I started just trying to discover more and more about myself. I think it's always been a process, ongoing process for me somehow. Um, and I realized that I gossip. And as I started on this spiritual journey, gossiping made me feel good. And it was a way for me to be funny. And all my friends that know me from the past or know me now or know me from my past, and that it was something that I did, and I think in my heart I really didn't mean to hurt anybody. But yeah, I think I would talk about people and I would want to know the gossip. And gossiping is so cheap and it's so disgusting. And I think that we do it subtly and we want to know about her. We want to know about, it's like in the family, like I have to say in my family, and it's mostly in a lot of families, perhaps, I don't know, but we sit around and we talk about each other. And, gossiping is like, you know, something that you do to make yourself feel better in some kind of way. And it's so subtle and you're not conscious of it, I think, until you become aware of it. And when I became aware of it, it was so difficult for me to change it because it was a way I got humor. And uh, I used my humor with it, and I talked about people. I talked about what she did, what he did, what she didn't do, all those kind of things. I have to admit that I did that. And people would laugh and people would think it was funny, and and I would do that. And I think, when you start to realize that you do it, it's really something very, very difficult to change, because it is basically a lot of that is topic of conversation instead of chit chat, like how's the weather, how's this, how's that. And do you do that? Do you gossip? I know that some of my old friends, when I get around with my old friends, I want to catch up. No, I used to want to catch up to what is happening to him or her or what. This, are they together? They're not together. What happened? Did she cheat on him? Or, these kind of things. And I think it's just when I realize that, it's just like it really cheapens my character. And I hate that. I don't like that because, I'm not really concerned about other people's lives other than that I want them to do well. And in order for me to do well in my life, I have to cut that out. And that has really been challenging in a way because I've just communicated that way. And you know, you can destroy gossiping by ignoring it. And I think when you ignore it, that's sometimes so difficult, because it's like when you start gossiping with somebody, and you know, it's like putting fuel on the fire, and it starts and then it leads to something else, and that the whole conversation is about the other person that is not even there, of course, and that's really so quite sad, and to me it's really sad, and I perhaps maybe lose some friends because I'm not the funny Maurice anymore, and I haven't been for a long time. So I have a lot of new friends, and I never gossip about other people. I really, really try not to do that, and find out. You know, I'm more interested in the person that I'm with, that I'm talking to, and genuinely talking to. I'm more interested in them than talking about other people, because it just doesn't really bring me anywhere. And I have to say that if you do it, I understand it's satisfying, and it puts you in a more of a superior place, than you are in that moment somehow, and it feels good. It's strange because it feels good, and it's so it's just, I don't know. Gossip dies when it hits a wise person's ears. If you've heard that quote, there are many quotes. If you search gossiping, like quotes on gossiping or something, you will. There's thousands and thousands, and it's just agreeing. People agree, that wise people just know that it's just not good for you if you're at all interested in developing yourself, an authentic person, and being more true to yourself. These are like, then I can really find out who I want to be around and who I want to spend my time with, because I don't want to sit around talking about other people. And also too, it's so strange the way, that when we talk about stars or actors or something like that, in the media and these trashy magazines that are out there, like The Star or something like that, or whatever. I never ever pick up those magazines and those gossip magazines. I think they're disgusting, and I think it's really a cheap way of getting people. And people like the negative, and they really like the negative. They really like to get into it because somehow it relates to them. And that mirror effect is happening, I believe. The mirror effect of, like, when you see it's probably something that you do also too in your life. So I would be curious about people who gossip. And I'm just saying, perhaps there's not a right and wrong, but for me, that's just obsolete. I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to put myself in that kind of situation anymore. And it's hard because it's like sometimes you just don't. What can you talk about? Yeah, I mean, like getting, chit chat. Like, also, I don't like to just chit chat about the weather, although it does come up, I guess, when it's I don't know. Is it ever really appropriate? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me anymore, and that's definitely a challenging thing. So, you will lose some friends for sure if you stop doing that, and you realize that life is more about yourself in a very authentic way than talking about other people. And maturing is realizing, like, how many things don't require your comment. By listening, how many things don't require your comment. So gossiping is bitchy, gossiping is disgusting, and we all do it at times in our lives because somehow we learn to do that, especially in school. And gosh, when I used to go to church, also too, the gossiping about him or her, or she did this, or sinner, or this. Oh my gosh, it's just rampant. It just runs rampant, and it runs a lot of people's lives, and that's how they live, you know. And then they go home and they drink themselves to sleep, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. I don't like to judge at all, but I do have preferences, and I invite you, again, if you're here this morning with me, I invite you to just look at your conversation. If you're all interested in developing yourself and helping yourself be better and more authentic and more true, that would be, you know, something to pay attention to. And, I don't know. I hate when people, you know nothing about you as they do. What is the quote? Don't you hate when people let me see. Don't you hate when people who know nothing about you talk about you as they do? Something like that. I assume that people will talk and people will form opinions in a conversation about each other, about me here doing my thing, especially people who know me, perhaps. But pay that no mind. That is none of your business when other people talk about you or whatever. So stop the gossiping, I think, if you can do it. Like I said, it's really freaking fucking difficult. And little by little, step by step, forgive yourself. And just don't engage yourself in the conversation, and be impeccable with your word. You know, just be impeccable with your word. I wish you a beautiful day. And if you're watching me on Facebook right now, because I'm uploading these videos every day for my morning talk, because I want to do that. I'm not going to do this, and I was thinking about deleting them on Facebook after the week is over, because I want to get people to subscribe to my channel, so I can really find my tribe, if you will, and find my people. And I hope I see you there. I'm really enjoying this and sharing, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Have a great day, and much love to everybody. And yeah, don't gossip. Don't gossip.